Hey, Family Coach B here. How you guys doing? I hope you all enjoyed the Monday Minute. It's so funny because I feel like they're getting longer and longer. So I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to say so much in 1 minute. So I really need to be consistent on getting the videos here so I can have more information here for you. So make sure when you're watching the Monday Minute, you always look at my bio link for a video link that will be, just to talk a little bit longer about the topic. So today we talked about just 2 ways of finding or possibly identifying your purpose. Again, these are just 2 ways. These are not the end all be all. These are not the only ways. There are a million ways to find your purpose. However, these are 2 ways that I have found strongly have worked in my life as well as people that I have worked with. So again, going back to the first way of making your pain or turning your pain into your passion. I gave the example about your mother, but there are so many examples that I could think of. There are so many examples because pain is pain, and pain is different for every individual. So for example, your pain might be I was in an abusive relationship. To someone else, that might be like, oh, that's nothing. I got shot before. There are different levels, but your pain is your pain. Your truth is your truth. So whatever that thing was, go back to that thing that almost took you out but did not, because you were stronger than that thing. You had power over it, and you were able to overcome the obstacle that you thought was going to overtake you. So find that pain and think about, how can I turn it into my passion? Because you're going to realize that being hands-on in that arena of your life is going to start fulfilling you. So again, if you were in an abusive relationship and you've gotten out, you now want to possibly speak to other men, speak to other women about being in abusive relationships and how you got out. Remind them that they can make it out, that there is a reality, that it is possible to live beyond this. You want to console them and let them know that you understand what it feels like, not only to be in an abusive relationship, but to be ridiculed by society, thinking that, oh, DV isn't that serious, and DV, domestic violence, isn't that serious. You could have left if you wanted to. You stay because of this, you stay because of that. So you had to deal with that. You can console someone like a lot of us can't. A lot of us can't speak to someone that has been in a domestic violence relationship or situation when we've never been there, because we don't know what that stronghold is like, but you can. Again, this is just an example. Another example of how to turn your pain into your passion is if you were in school and you just couldn't get anything right. You felt dumb. People called you dumb. Possibly your teachers, possibly your peers called you stupid. You weren't intelligent. You're never going to be anything, but now you are. What can you do? Go back in the school system and talk to kids about how maybe you never graduated, you didn't go to college, but here you are now. Les Brown, for example. I love Les Brown. He's a great motivational speaker. But he used to be a disc jockey. I think he graduated high school, but I don't think he went to college. He has a twin brother, and Les was considered the dumb twin as a child, and now he is motivating and impacting the world. Les Brown is amazing. But just a perfect example, he turned that pain of being an adopted kid, his parents gave him up, that pain of being called dumb, and now he's speaking to people around the world and motivating people because of that pain that he was able to experience. So think about whatever your pain is. I always like to run off several examples just to kind of get you to think, but you know what your pain is. You know what that thing is that hurt you, that you can turn into your passion. For example, when Brandy S. Turpin first started, when I first started the arena of life coaching, I was specifically doing confidence coaching before, because a lot of people think I'm just so confident. I've always been confident. That is not true. I have had so many self-esteem issues throughout my life. I've always been a little bit heavier, so I had to deal with being fat, feeling fat, being called fat. I was in a relationship where the man just made me feel like I just was worthless and useless. So I went through that confidence suffering. I had different areas of my life where my confidence was just beat up. So when I got my confidence, honey, no hair to flip, but you know what I mean. When I got my confidence, that is why I hold on to it so strong, because you can't tell me anything now. I don't care if I'm 300 pounds now. You can't tell me anything, because I know what it is now to be the child that God has created me to be. So now I speak to other women about confidence, how to boost your confidence, how to get your groove back, Stella, how to feel great. I turned my pain of feeling of lacking self-confidence into helping other women find their self-confidence and own their self-confidence. Okay, are you guys getting it? The other example, a little bit lighter, is to dream like a child. Guys, this life we live, it like chokes us, it suffocates us, and we can't go back to that place of, you know, when they always say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Why is that a question that was always asked? I don't know, but possibly because those people that were asking you knew if they could just get you to say it out your mouth and speak that thing into the atmosphere, maybe it would come true. But go back to not even just what do I want to be when I grow up, but go back to the childlike thinking of the daydreaming. Those thoughts you have from childhood, they are there. I am positive. They were things you thought of that you maybe never told anyone, or daydreams you had, or dreams that you had, or visions that you saw when you were a child. Again, God starts us off. Before this crazy world infects us and impacts us, he starts us off as this beautiful creation, and he blows these gifts into us. He's like, there you go. You have this gift. So, for example, we know it's possible that children learn languages faster than adults. So a lot of parents will have their child speaking 2 and 3 and 4 languages as a child, because the human brain picks up quicker as a child. So when you're a child, God has all these ideas and visions in your head, because he's trying to get you to realize what he really created you to be. And then life happens, and you have a bill to pay, and you have more bills to pay, and then you have student loans, and then you have a family, and then you settle, and then you become complacent, and then you become normal, and before you know it, all those dreams and visions and ideas have been deaded. They are lying dormant. They are dead. They have no life. So take a minute, take an hour one day and just journal, meditate, go back to what did I see when I was a child? Going back to myself, another perfect example. It's actually a really funny example. I used to always tell people, I don't know, I want to be rich. I didn't use the word wealthy. I want to be rich. I don't know. I was in a pageant as a teenager, and they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said rich. That was always what came out of my mouth with no hesitation. Not because I was broke, or I lived in a poor household, or I had lack. That wasn't, but it was something on the inside of me that was like, I want to be rich. Now I know it's because I want to be a philanthropist and give back and help people out and sow seeds and help visions come true. That's why I want money. I want money so I can give you money. I want money because we need that to do the things you want to do. I want money to feed the homeless and to help other entrepreneurs. That's why I want money in the depths of my soul. When I was younger as a child, I just said it. I didn't know why. That's just the perfect example right there. So go back to that childlike state where you say anything out your mouth. What do you want to be? Rich? Who says that? I did. But now I understand why. Figure out what that is, because we all want to live in our purpose. We all want to walk in our purpose, but we have to figure out what it is, and you have to pull back the layers of all the junk that's been piled on your mind. So I hope this helps you guys. Just think about it. Email me, hit me up, Instagram, DM, text, whatever, if you have more questions. But I hope this helps. Something to think about. Coach B.